We got the man in the building.
Yeah.
We got Mr. Powerhouse ATL.
It's gonna be a good one.
Micah Baisden in the building. I don't even want to call you a trainer. I see that you separated yourself.
I'm in it to help. It's an energy transfer
Yeah.
with people, and I take on your life, your problems, and everything else because we're trying to get something done.
That's, man, this is
We're not going.
Hey,
This is going to be in this industry. Get the knowledge, protect yourself at all costs, understand economic trends, keep the end goal in mind, pay your dues to time, and just grind it out.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yo.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
Hey, man. Hey.
Yeah.
You know when you from Atlanta,
Yeah.
and you guys, and something exciting happen, you gotta say, hey, more than one time.
Got your team from the 9, so yeah, it's just
It's a little different.
a little different.
Hey, bro, hey, we got the man in the building.
Yeah.
We got Mr. Powerhouse
Yeah.
ATL.
It's gonna be a good one.
Micah Baisden in the building.
What's going on?
Now for y'all, so we know that you're pretty known in Atlanta, bruh.
Yeah.
And you like in a training circuit, as far as fitness guru. I don't even want to call you a trainer. Like I told you before, I don't know what to call you. Because I think what happened is that because I had trainers. Now I had, shout out to Sean. He was one of my trainers. He was pretty good. But, a lot of these other trainers, I see that you separated yourself, because the details on how muscle works and the nutrition and all that stuff, man. So I don't even know what to call you.
I just say I use my gifts, my God-given gift through fitness at this point.
Okay.
I really don't even say I'm a trainer or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I teach.
Yeah, I like that.
I encourage, I motivate,
Right.
help people navigate, I just use all of that through fitness.
Okay. So you use we got a purpose-driven millennial in the building, bro. Purpose-driven. We different, bro.
Yeah.
But anyway, let me just introduce you to the people who don't know. I know people in Atlanta know who you are, but for the people who's in the 229, they may not know who he is. Micah Baisden. He's a well-known physical trainer and owner of Powerhouse Fitness. Just celebrated 10 years in business, bro?
9 years, 10 years will be next year.
9 years. Okay, I told my wife wrote this.
Yeah. 9 years now, but
Okay.
it'll be 10 in 2026. So,
All right.
that's what we shooting for.
Okay, so a father, motivational speaker, lifestyle coach, and a member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity.
Yes.
Let me get that right. Okay. Also an author. I did see you have 2 books. I need to read those books because I know you got some stuff to share. One of the books is called I Am Removing the Shackles Off Your Greatness.
Yep.
And the other one is Find Your Fit, Leveraging Your Uniqueness to Succeed. Okay, there we go. I can't read, bro.
I got you.
Yeah. Entrepreneur of the Year, runner up.
Yep, made it. Like I said, made it to the last elimination. I was number 6, trying to make it to the top 5.
Okay.
The Entrepreneur of Impact. It was some contest I got into. So we started off with a lot of members in the group. And
Right.
to make it that far, I'm grateful for that because I could have been eliminated day 1.
Right.
So to make it all the way to the top 5 or trying to get into the top 5,
Right.
it's a grateful experience, and it makes me look at my work a lot more and say, maybe I'm having, the impact that I wanted to have.
Man.
We ain't never doing as good as we want to do.
Yeah.
That way, right?
It's always more.
Yeah.
Until you see like, okay, dang, maybe
Maybe I am on the right track according to these numbers. Maybe I am.
Right.
Trying to exhaust your full potential, man. I definitely agree with that. So you're doing workshops for other trainers too. So you are a trainer's trainer.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say that. I try to help. I think because in Atlanta we get everybody because we're all in one industry.
Right.
We get a bad rep for not knowing. People think just because you have the body that you know how to train it. and having something but not having the correct knowledge to properly train it is bad for business.
That's what I think that's what separates you from other trainers.
Yeah.
That
I wanted to know. When I was in college and I had told myself,
Right.
I remember when being a personal trainer was laughed at. Because I started at 19, I was in college. So
Okay.
my thing,
What college you went to, man?
Fort Valley State.
Okay, let's
Gotta
go.
put the
Let's
D
go.
in front of the folk. Okay.
right?
Yeah. No, but I remember when being a personal trainer was laughed at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I started at 19, I said I want to be a personal trainer. It was like, okay, you want to be a personal trainer and what?
Right.
So now to see from 19 until I saw the switch when I was about 25, 26, it's like, oh, the industry is picking up. More people want to do it.
Right.
But I think more people are trying to do it for the wrong reason.
Yeah, okay.
And I always been a knowledge person. Like I want to know everything about what I'm doing.
Right.
So one, I can do it safely, and then if anybody asks me for help, I know what I'm talking about to give them the correct help.
Makes sense.
So when I do workshops or I talk to trainers one-on-one or in a group, it's only to give them the information to do things correctly.
Right.
Because your walk in this industry is going to be your walk. Everybody's training, fitness journey is going to be different. So I can't make you like me.
Right.
I can give you all the tools to be like me, and you still can't be like me.
That's true.
Because
That's
I'm
true.
me.
That's true.
And you're
Yeah.
you. And I don't want you to be like me. I want you to use the information that you get and find a way to cultivate it to be you. The best you, so people can come to you because they like you, and then you know what you're talking about.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I feel like you just answered all the questions I was gonna ask. Dang, bro. Like,
My bad.
No, you good. You good. So because being that you are like known in your category training, how did you build your influence in this field and in this sector?
I led with myself. Like people don't really care about what you know until they know that you really care about them.
Yeah.
And I never wanted to just, the results get people in the building.
Right. Right.
Personality keeps people in the building.
Right. Okay.
It's easy to grab somebody if you look good on social media platforms and you change a couple people. That'll get anybody to at least try it out.
Right.
But your retention rate is only solely going to be based off of how you are as the person, how's your character, how do you treat people?
Dang.
How do you even check on your people outside the gym?
Wow.
Or is it just, hey, I see you for the week, an hour or 4 or 5 hours out the week, and then you go on about your business, I see you next week.
Right.
But I led with myself.
Right.
I'm a caring person.
Okay.
I have a big heart. I love helping people.
Right.
So I led with that.
Okay.
Influence is just what God gave me. Favor ain't fair.
Yeah. Facts.
That just happened.
Right.
But
right.
I always will be just a genuine person just to care about people. So I would ask a lot of my clients, how you doing? If you got kids, how your kids doing? How your family doing? You was out last week 'cause I know you was hurt or you was sick. How you feeling? What can I do to help?
Right.
So that type of connection, rapport means more to me, and ultimately it means more to them that, wow, he really does care outside of just getting my money every month or for every session.
Right.
So that'll keep people. That's how my influence grew, because I just led with Micah and not Mr. Powerhouse.
That's fire, bro.
Aliens.
Real.
That's fire, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Micah, right? Let's take a step back, back to, growing up, right? Like, I guess before we get into that, because you graduated from the Fort Valley State University,
Correct.
with education.
Yeah.
How did you go from education to fitness? Like, what is that journey? How did you get into this, to entrepreneurship?
I always wanted to do fitness anyway. Like I said, since 19. The only reason I came to the Fort Valley State University, I was already set to go to Valdosta State because they had athletic training and sports medicine.
Oh.
Fort Valley didn't have it. So when it was coming down, when I was in high school, the Fort Valley State University, they offered me a football scholarship.
Okay.
So I took the football scholarship because I'm like, well, it's a free ride, and I'll just make it shake whatever major that they got that's close to what I want to do. So that's how I ended up doing the Bachelor of Science in Education. But my mind was already set on the human body. I just love sports medicine and athletic training the human body anyway. So that's why when I got out of Fort Valley State University, I got my master's in kinesiology from the University of Texas at El Paso.
Okay. That's I envy y'all for that, bro. I'm gonna tell you, because both of y'all, man, I'm gonna tell you, like, talking about that began with the end in mind. Like, it took me years to know what my end was. You know what I mean? Like, you went in school knowing that you want to get into fitness.
Yeah.
Bro, like, I had no clue at 18, 19. Bro, I was like, they know my story, bro. I was selling drugs at 19. Yeah. So, like, now I didn't know I wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But you guys, y'all started with an end in mind. Like, what? So, you knowing you wanted to, what mode that or hone that knowing your purpose before you even started? Like, where did that come about?
To be honest, y'all, I really don't think in the beginning, I started with the end in mind. I knew what I loved to do.
Okay.
And I never been a person to just do something to just do it.
Okay.
I was real, even when I was young, I'm real strategic, or have been strategic for a long time about what am I doing? Am I doing something that I love to do? Because I really, really, really don't want to be like people that I've seen growing up. And even when I started teaching, before I even made that transition to do Powerhouse full time, hate to do what they're doing every day.
That's true. That's true.
I used to go to the clock. I ain't gonna say the school. I was an educator in DeKalb County School.
DeKalb County, that explains it.
And no, it wasn't the kids.
Okay.
It was the kids.
Okay.
I never let a 12 and 13-year-old kid ruin my day.
Okay.
You don't know enough about life at 12.
Right.
Make you go home mad.
Yeah.
That what you did that day. But what was the turnoff was I used to go to the clock in, and there used to be people that had been teaching for 20 and 30 years, growing and growing, that they got the clock in to teach.
Right.
Crazy.
Why? That's crazy. Like, why would you spend this? Are you feel that secure in being miserable that you don't want to even try nothing else?
Man, that's crazy work, bro.
And I'm 20 something, so I'm like, I'm not finna be like you.
Right.
I'm sorry. So I never been the one to waste my time. So I really never had the end in mind in the beginning.
Okay.
I just know I didn't want to waste no time.
Makes sense.
Over and over.
Yeah.
Like, man, I hate being here.
Yeah. Dude, so you did what you love. That's a bar.
Yeah.
It's simple, but it's a bar.
Yeah.
Because I think what most of my the beginning of my adult life, I was trying to do things to make money. You know what I mean? And I really didn't have a grasp on what I love to do. So I think that's a bar for leaders out there who think they think they love doing something because they making money, but really they're miserable, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's a bar.
So, like, I mean, I feel like just that had to be built into you at some point, right? Like what was childhood like for you? Like, were you your only child or?
No, I'm the youngest of three.
Okay.
I have an older sister.
Oh, you had time to learn.
Yeah, I had time.
Oh, because I'm the oldest, so I get it. Okay.
I learned a lot, but all my siblings, they're doing great. Like I said, my sister, my older sister, Naisha, she had 3 beautiful boys. They all, you know what I'm saying, graduated from college, doing their own thing.
That's what's up.
One's in college playing basketball. Zai, Damus, he's an entrepreneur. You know, he's the oldest. King, he just graduated from high school. He's already into his career. So, successful story. My brother, he has 2 girls and a boy. Everybody's successful.
Right.
How my parents raised us was all the same, and all I know is how to work.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
Nothing was never given.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything, if you wanted, you had to work for it. Yeah. And whatever the work entailed is what the work entailed. So to go get something that I love to do, I knew I had to work for it, and I didn't mind working. So that kind of, you know what I'm saying, 2-parent home, Christian household, at church all the time, you know, that background, and just working. I think that's what made me who I am today. I just work.
You just work.
And I'm not worried about money.
I like that.
I never, at no time was I ever worried about money.
Yeah.
When I stopped teaching, I left the cab. I didn't have nothing. Luckily, I was in grad school and refund checks dropped.
we was just talking about that.
Refund checks dropped for graduate school, and that money carried me over for a while.
Okay.
Until I got my footing. And then just like the ball, every time I thought I was gonna fall, it just like, oh, got you. Come on. So I never I caught on quick, like, oh, I really, if I just
stay in your purpose.
I
That's
may not
crazy work.
like it all the time.
Right.
I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but it just keep working out. So I just kind of, if I got the evidence of seeing it work, I would say believe it.
Dang, that's crazy.
It works.
Man, I'm hearing so much here, bro. Like that, I know our listeners can pull from. But just so y'all know, he do have a successful training business, right?
Yeah.
So, do you have like any tactic advice for like trainers, upcoming trainers, or like I don't know who's looking to get into space or whatever?
Just real quick, you can't teach what you don't know. I'm always say that until I no longer train or anything in life. You can't effectively help people navigate or do something with confidence, because confidence comes within preparation. So you can't do those things if you don't know what you're talking about.
No, that's true. That's true.
Also, on a legal standpoint, you can get somebody hurt if you don't know what you're doing and what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's a
true.
lawsuit that you don't want to happen.
I be saying these crazy exercises.
That you don't want to happen. I'm sorry, don't fix nothing.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah.
So you can't teach what you don't know. You need to get the education. You need to get all the education all the way down until being CPRA, AED certified. You need to have insurance, because like I said, if you hurt somebody,
It's on you, yeah.
you need to make sure that your personal life and your business life don't intertwine.
Makes sense. Oh, that's smart.
Sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
After that, learning economic trends is about the biggest thing that will mess trainers up.
That
Because money, when training money is great,
Yeah.
it's great.
right.
And you feel like big meats. You're like, I can buy this, I can buy that, and this money is gonna keep flowing. But if you don't know the trends, and the trends with in training is from about October to December, everything's halts.
Okay.
So you may not have the same roster going into the last 90 to 100 days
Yeah.
in training. And for various reasons.
Dang.
It's homecoming, people getting ready for the holidays, they
Yeah.
Christmas, Thanksgiving, travels. And in our community, fitness is a luxury item.
Yeah. That's sad. Wait,
That's
you
real.
said in our community.
In our community, having a trainer and fitness is a luxury item.
Man.
If it comes down to buying groceries and lights versus paying my trainer,
Yeah.
they're going to do
Yeah.
the grocery and lights.
Makes sense.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So you have to keep kind of what we've been talking about, the end in mind of you need to prepare for those times where money is slow.
Right. Yeah.
Bills don't stop.
Nah, that's true.
Your money
That's
is
true.
slow.
That's true.
And what happens is money dries up, they get frustrated, and a lot of people that enter into this industry, they leave probably within the first 2 years.
Yeah.
Because nobody's really going to know you in the first 2 years.
That's true.
Like, you got to build your brand. You got to build your platform. You are unknown in this arena.
Right.
Right.
So you have to pay your dues the time and just grind it out.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to do that.
Man.
Nobody wants to grind
It sounds like there's a lot of people that want to take shortcuts, getting into the industry.
Yeah, for real.
You know what?
That's why there's more influencers than real deal trainers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's the shortest route. If you got the platform, if you got the influence, people are tend to believe, and it's like, why are we allowing that to happen? Because you're going to get somebody hurt. And I don't want that for nobody.
Yeah.
You're going to be in this industry, get the knowledge, protect yourself at all costs, understand economic trends, keep the end goal in mind of how the end of the year usually looks, because you're going to be hot from January to about
especially-
August.
Can't find a parking spot
know what I'm saying?
in January.
And that's after year 2.
Yeah.
If you're really doing what you're supposed to do, and you're really building your brand like you're supposed to build your brand, you're going to be hot from about January, August, And for me, I'm on fire from January to about the beginning of October, then it started to slow down.
Okay.
So you looking at about an 8 to 10 month stretch where you can really play ball. How you wanna play ball.
Right.
But if you're not mindful of the end, you'll dry everything out because you think this stuff don't last.
That's crazy.
And after that, and once you understand the trends, you just got to pay your dues to time.
Yeah. I realized that, man. I worked out with you for, I think, roughly 2 years, going into 2 years, and I noticed your demeanor was always consistent. I now you can tell like other trainers in the building, and you can tell, you know what I mean? You could just tell, but he always, I tell Chris, saying he'll come in with his smoothie. Yeah, go ahead and do that. You know, like ain't nothing stressing bro out. Like,
and that took time.
Yeah, ain't nothing stressing you out.
Between years 0 and 2.5 years.
Yeah,
I was sleeping, I think from year 0 to 2.5, because that's when everything caught fire. I probably slept 3 hours a day.
Dang.
No more than 4. I used to train 7 days a week.
Dang.
I had no off day. I would leave church, go right to the gym.
Dang.
I used to sleep up under the fan at the gym. I would train all day until I could not train no more.
Wow.
So all the stressing, all the looking crazy,
Yeah.
I did that in the beginning.
Okay.
And I was still in grad school for 2.5 years. So to imagine training all day and then you sitting up all night trying to get your master's done online.
Damn.
Yourself on the computer.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So while we on this topic,
I think it's cute out here.
yeah. So while we're here, I wanna get into so-called because I call myself a busy entrepreneur leader. You know, I know when it comes to training that's not an excuse. I know that, but let's talk about busy entrepreneurs and leaders. Like,
Let's talk about Henry.
people, here it is. You are training 7 days a week.
In the beginning.
Yeah. In the beginning, sleeping on the fan, working on your masters, but yet you were still able to stay fit.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that mindset and kind of help us, man, because sometimes I get in my way. I get busy. I think even when I was working out with you, one of my problems was that I would get busy and not eat in the morning, but like at night I just go to town, bro. Like, and you was like, bro, what you like? What's your eating habit? Like what's going on? I used to hate measurement days, bro, because I already knew he finna read me. I started not to eat.
Measurement days. Hold on. So
Is
is it
30 days every 4 weeks?
is it more important the measurement or like is it measurement like tape measure?
Yeah, tape measure.
Yeah.
Okay. So the weight, the scale don't really matter.
I'm not really gun-ho about numerics. I'm more gun-ho on how much body fat we lose, how much muscle mass we gain, and how your measurement change. Because when you step on the scale is going to tell you only the total mass number or whatever you put on it. It's not going to break down how much body fat, how much water, how much muscle you got on your body. So the numerics is just what it is, you know. But I track the numerics just so we can have it as data. But I'm not basing our success off if you lose 15 pounds in 1 month. But if your waist goes down, everything started to tone up.
Yeah.
Looking better in the mirror, your composition will look better. Now we're winning.
That's what matters, right?
Your composition.
A real trainer.
Nobody really cares about numbers.
Yeah.
Really. You associate a look with a number.
Yeah.
You get on the scale in the morning, you do this. You look down at the number on the scale, and then you look at the mirror.
That's true. That's true.
You just connected a look with a number.
Dang.
He know us.
And said, man, I got to lose this number to change that. No,
Yeah.
you need to. If you got a Benz that got 93 gas, would you put 87 in it?
Nah.
So why would you do it's the composition. It's what's in you, not the number itself.
That's crazy.
You just care about how you look. Because if you had the look that you wanted in the mirror, you wouldn't care about that number.
Right.
You was like,
right.
Well, what's the catchphrase? I look good.
I literally just saw me doing this.
Dang.
And-
Change my whole paradigm right there.
You used to say this all the time, but I still do it. Well, I guess now because I'm fat, but Like, is it going anywhere? Nah, it ain't going nowhere. But that
Everybody do. I done it, so I know how people look. We step on that scale right in between. It's in front of the mirror or by the toilet somewhere close to the mirror. First thing you gonna do is step on
and look up.
Step over, or you gonna step over and look up.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, they wait. No, you gotta change your composition because if you look great, you wouldn't dare step on those scales.
That's true.
Okay, so what is composition? Like the basics of it. What?
Composition is what something's made of.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm more gun-ho of how you look versus what number you sit at.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's like, is everything tight? Is your muscle mass high? Like, things of that nature is your body composition. That's the most important. Are we winning the skeletal muscle mass versus body fat ratio? Are we winning? Is your muscle mass higher than your body fat? That's all we're trying to do.
That's all that matters.
That's all that
I'm
matters.
sitting here
That
feeling
is
guilty.
it.
Yeah.
I feel bad right now.
Why is so much attention put on weight then? Like, why is that like
Because it's a seller.
Yo, I see trainers that will say,
It's a selling point. It's hard to sell somebody that your number may not change, but your body will. But I can tell you, hey, we're gonna lose 15, 20 pounds in a month.
That's what I was about to say.
Right.
That's what I was about to say. I see trainers saying, "Yo, I can get you down." Because I remember
We can get you 100 pounds down, and
I remember one session.
Right. You be looking flabby and stuff.
Yeah, one session we had, right? I think I hit a plateau, and we was talking about the eating thing. But you was like, I said, man, it's easy for me to get down to 220. I said, but when I hit that 220, it's tough. And you like, yeah, because you losing gas or water and all that stuff, something like that. The easy stuff to lose or something like that.
yeah. So in the beginning, your plateaus is usually because of your body done figured out your workout pattern. So the intensity of your workout is not the same in what you started with. And you plateau usually because you need to be some type of nutrition switch in a good way. So it's easy when you've been sedentary and you jump out and start losing weight. It's easy to lose weight. You've been sedentary for a long time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hold on. What's the? What's you say sedentary?
Sedentary. So like sitting down.
Okay,
idle,
okay.
You're not highly active.
Okay.
So you got sedentary. You know what I'm saying. So it's easier to lose weight when you have a sedentary lifestyle. You sit at the computer, you work at home, work at a desk.
Yeah.
It's easy, and then you start being active, it's easy to lose weight. Once your body figure out, okay, this is the new lifestyle that we're entering into, it requires a different level of intensity.
Oh, yeah.
So no, you can't do jumper jacks and walk around the track 3-4 times and think you're finna lose the same amount.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to take that intensity up. We're gonna have to lift heavier. We'll have to do different challenging exercises because your body done figured out what's going on.
Right.
And your nutrition has to switch because the thing that you can usually get away with, so if you used to eat bad all the time, and then you start making little switches here and there in the beginning, of course you're gonna lose weight. But as you get closer to your goal, the more strict it has to become.
Yeah.
You can't go downstairs and grab that bag of chips like you did 1 through 3.
Right. That's tall, boy. That's tall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, Lord
bag of chips. That costs you, as soon as you get to about 15 pounds or less to your actual goal, is the most strict part in the process. It costs more. You can't do that. You're going to have to switch it up. And that's the part where nobody, I just stop at 2. Yeah, because you're trying to do the same thing that you was doing when you was 260.
Right.
Dang. So you got to change your whole life. You really have to change your lifestyle.
Change it up.
Is that forever or is it just for?
And that's how you want to look.
Yeah.
You cannot do it.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's a consequence, and you can do it, and it's still a consequence.
So what do you say to the people that like, man, I really love Doritos. like I want to have,
Anything that people say I need or I love, you told yourself or your mind is. So just like you told yourself you love it,
Right.
that's why I tell people, no, you don't. You kept telling yourself that. I gotta have it. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Stop telling me what you told yourself this multiple times. I gotta have it.
Right.
Like you can tell yourself something, you can reprogram yourself.
I like spinach. I like spinach.
I don't need it.
Yeah.
And then you'll see as you start to break that addiction, because that's all it is. It's nothing different from food and drugs. It's all got addictive properties.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
all of it got
That's fire.
drug.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just like you tell yourself, I need it, you can tell yourself the same thing, I don't need it.
Right.
Dang.
It just comes with practice. The same way you practically told yourself you had to have it, you got to practice. It's deprogramming.
Yeah.
Deprogram and reprogram.
Okay. So with that being said, right, let's talk about, let's get back to like the busy entrepreneurs, the busy leaders, like executives. You saying that I know I had to tell myself I'm too busy.
So the principle that I use for busy people, because I hear this.
Help me out. Please.
I hear this from parents and busy entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Anything is better than nothing.
Okay.
No entrepreneur on the face of the earth works 24 hours a day.
That's true.
None.
That's
I
true.
don't care who you are.
That's true.
What is 30 minutes?
Yeah.
What is 45 out of 24 hours? Anything will always be better than nothing.
Right.
I'll take $5 a day for 7 days a week. Then take $0 a day for 7 days a week.
Dang.
Eventually, the consistency in which you're showing, it adds up over time.
That's true.
So stop stressing yourself about saying, I'm too busy. No, you're not looking at your schedule for idle time.
Dang.
You're not. Everybody say they're busy has idle time. They don't want to give that idle time up because for whatever reason that they have.
Right.
Everybody has idle time that say they're busy because you're not working 24 hours straight. Nobody. So you have to tell yourself, the only guiding principle I have for that was anything is better than nothing. Stop telling yourself you don't have time and find the time because you're not working that hard. You are. I'm not saying you're not working hard, but you're not working that long consistently to be like, I really don't have no time.
That's
what about the people that just tired when they get home? They just drain.
You're tired because of what you're putting in your body.
Ooh, lifestyle alert. Oh man.
That's why you're tired. You're tired because you're not sleeping. You're tired because you're not hydrated. You're tired because that's why you're tired.
Right.
You're not getting your D3 supplement and you're tired because of what you put in your body, not because of a hard, rigorous day.
That's crazy.
I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's how busy don't work for me. I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning to make sure I get my workout in because I know I train all day.
That's crazy.
I don't want to hear I'm tired.
I was trying to figure out. Hold on. I was trying to figure out.
I was up so early.
But I'm like, when do he work out? Because you always
I'm up. My first group is at 5. I'm up at 2. Wow. I'm not going to use that excuse of I don't have time. I could. That's the easiest scapegoat known to man. I could. And I can literally stand by and say, yeah, I'm training out, which is true. Just make the time.
So when you train, you don't work out?
No, I got to train.
Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on.
So at 2 o'clock, I'm working out.
Yeah.
That's my time.
Yeah.
5 o'clock, I'm training everybody else.
So you can't work out at the same time you train? Is it?
No. Because one, that's my therapy and my me time. I don't like training with other people. One, I don't feel like answering a lot of questions.
What's that for?
Now, if I have my veterans, let's just say if I wake up late because I am human, and I have my vets, and they've been with me 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I know I don't have to stand over you to make
Got it.
But usually I'm up because I have to get myself. Because I'm the standard. I'm the example. I got to get this done because if I fall off, how can I tell others not to fall off when I'm not actively?
That's real. Bro, you got some principles.
I'm trying to take his principles home so I can. I don't know how. I feel like I don't know, man. I got a lot of work to do. I tell you that.
No,
shout out to your parents, bro.
Yeah, man. It might just be him. Like God, bro. It's God, bro. Cause
it's just a step. Like everything starts with a step. Am I perfect in my fitness? No, I'm human. Yes, I oversleep. Yes, I'm tired. Yes, some days I don't feel like it. Some days I do take off. But consistency and perfection is different every day. You don't have to be 100% to be perfect. It is whatever you got.
Yeah.
You gave all you had.
You do your best.
That's-
Yeah. Bars, man.
That day. So I be so tired, but I ain't got number 20% in me. I ain't got enough for a 25-minute workout, but at least I did something.
Right.
Whatever it is, well, I did it.
I don't know, man, cause I do 30 minutes on that stair stepper every day, but I'm like, bro, I need to get back to Micah. Cause I feel like I know for a fact that I haven't exploited my fullest potential in health, and I feel even though I do 30 minutes every day on the stair stepper, I don't feel my healthiest as I felt when I was working out with you.
Cardio workout is great because it's for your heart health.
Yeah.
What's going to help you, quote unquote, withstand the test of time is resistance and strength training. That your bone health is what really is going to matter, because ain't nothing your heart can do if you get old and fall on that floor and break that hip. Nothing your heart can do.
I saw the commercial with a little life alert.
Life alert. Fall on that floor and you realize,
I can't get up.
like, if I had to choose, I'm going to do strength training.
Okay.
But that's for the long haul.
Okay.
Like the really long haul.
So cardio helps you lose weight.
No, cardio help is for your heart.
Cardio.
Wait, so what help you lose weight?
Cardio.
Or what help you?
Strength training, eating a caloric deficit.
Is that real though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do people cannot fathom how much calorie they really take in. Like people don't really track how many calories. I give this example to people all the time. It takes 3,500 calories to lose weight or gain weight. So let's just take a weekend, right? If you go out on a weekend, usually my people, they start their weekend Friday at 12. Ooh. Well, maybe about Friday at 5. We'll say 5. Everybody happy hour time. If you get back on, let's just say I weighed them the following Monday, they're up 3 to 4 pounds, right? If I just told you that it takes 3,500 calories to gain or lose, and you come back Monday 4 pounds heavier, how many calories did you take?
Dang.
And that's guaranteed.
Guaranteed. That's if I do it. Now let's factor in what everybody likes to do. Adult beverages, right?
Yeah. I remember this. This. Yeah, go ahead.
Adult alcohol, it cuts off your fat burning mechanism, your ability to metabolize. It cuts it off for about 48 hours. Probably 72, depending on how much alcohol you take.
Oh.
So that means nothing is being burnt in that time.
Wow.
That's what we do when we have a little bit too much to drink. We eat.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And then what you do after that? You go to sleep.
Yep.
It stacks up on top of each other. So that's why you get that huge influx of weight on Monday. Like, man, how I gained 4-5 pounds? You know how many
That's
calories
crazy.
you had to take in to gain 5 pounds in 2.5 days?
Yeah.
Dang.
I remember you mentioning. You also mentioned even the syrup and all the stuff that they put in it too.
Yeah, syrups, the seasonings, all that. Seasonings and salts and all that is water retention, so it's gonna make you look bloated.
Dang.
Alcohol, when it hits the body, you go dehydrate, and it also gonna make you look big.
That's crazy.
So the beer belly is a real thing.
Yeah.
Dang. So
Man.
okay, so does it matter? Is it only about calories, or does like
Everything.
the type of calories you eat too though? Like, okay, let's say a donut has 1,200 calories. That's the only thing that you eat all day. Like, would that?
If you have a binge that requires 93, or you gonna keep putting 87 in and hope your car runs.
Yeah, because you're gonna crash out on that sugar.
Calorie counts.
Yeah.
All of it counts, and then what you eat counts.
Yeah.
So a person who eats a donut at 1,200 calories and somebody who eats lean meats, fruits, and vegetables at 1,200, they're not going to look the same.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
One person is filling up their car with the correct fuel, and the other one is not, and hoping they look like the person.
And not to mention, they're not gonna feel the same.
They're not gonna feel the same.
Because I noticed too, like when I eat a lot of sugar, I feel drunk the next morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not gonna feel the same.
Yeah. Dang,
So
bro.
what you eat and how much of anything you eat, all of it counts. Either you're depositing or you're withdrawing.
Dang.
into your health bank, and you go back and forth, and it's on the person.
I feel convicted.
Yeah.
I feel like a strip on a Sunday in church. Like you preaching to the. But I mean,
No conviction. It's just I want people to.
No, it's good conviction though.
Yeah.
It's good conviction.
You can live a balanced lifestyle. I'm not saying that you got to eat carrots and broccoli, and you can't have a donut.
Right.
But when you keep the end goal in mind for whatever body you want to have,
Right.
is it really worth it right now?
Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
The reason why people are not really successful as they would like to be in their fitness journey is because they don't like the word no.
Yeah. Yeah. It stings a little. It do.
Like, why? Why are you that upset with the word no?
What you mean I can't do this?
What you mean I can't?
Man.
But why do you need it?
Yeah.
If this is your goal, why can't you sacrifice something to get something?
That's true.
Why do you want to hold on to something old but you expect something new? That's
true.
insanity.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I can't. Now you're delusional, and now I can't help you.
Dang. So you'll cut somebody off, like.
Yeah. If they're not aligning to what I need to happen, I'm not in it for the money.
See.
I'm in it to help. It's an energy transfer
Yeah.
with people, and I take on your life, your problems, and everything else because we're trying to get something done.
That's man. This is
We're not
heavy.
going to.
Dang,
Yeah,
bro.
This is heavy,
Yeah.
bro.
It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna talk bad about you. I would give you a list of people that I know are qualified to take you on to see if they could help you better than I can.
Right.
But I'm not tied to your pocket.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have like other trainers be having like 3 month to 6 month commitments and contracts and stuff. Month by month. You can leave at any point when we don't coincide.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay. I'm not. You gave me the opportunity. That's all I can ever ask for.
Right.
If we're not meshing, if you consistently don't want to meet me halfway, I'd rather put somebody else in your spot that's gonna meet me halfway that needs
Right.
that switch for me to be like, okay, he the person I've been looking for. I'm a rock with him.
Man.
Dang.
Bro,
Right.
like
That's important.
I'm hearing a lot of what you're saying, bro, and you're talking about a lot of great principles. So let's talk about belief, man. What is your core values and your beliefs that's guiding you? Because ultimately, the first question, one of the first questions I asked you was your influence, and we can see that the type of person you are, you like to help people. So obviously, that's attracting people to you. What are your principles and values that's like aiding you in your journey? Like, why is it that you care so much about people and take on their problems and all of that?
Next on Be More to Do More podcast.
Talk, drinks, and pills.
That don't work.
They don't work
What? So wait, they just don't work?
because God gave us everything that we needed in the beginning. He gave us a liver and kidneys. They detoxify. You need all this other stuff. The body will naturally detox itself.
Okay.
Stick and move, we can get it done. Call it unity, it ain't no way around it. Cultivating, we get motivation from the big guy. We don't play about him. Going hard for the game, showing love.